come to this evening Namata program. I had forgotten to bring my book, it was my oversight, but the reference book for today's class is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu travels to South India. So before we speak, we say a different invocation, so you can repeat after me. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So in this chapter, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is traveling through South India and he came across a Brahmana. His name is Ramdas Vipra. So Ramdas, the servant, very intelligent servant of Lord Ram. And this Brahmana invited him for lunch. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to take his noon bath at the river Kritamala. And after that, he came to take lunch at this Brahmana's house, Ramdas Vipra. When he came at noon, he saw there's no preparation done, no cooking done. So he asked Ramdas, problems? There's nothing done? I was supposed to honor lunch. He said, Prabhu, for the time being we are in a forest. When Lakshman gathers all the fruits, the roots and the vegetable, then Mother Sita will do the cooking. So when he made the statement, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy because here you got a person that's living in Ram Leela. So after a while, this Brahmana made some hasty arrangements and gathered ingredients and cooked lunch and offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, so you are not taking? Yes, my remnants eat. He said, how can I take your remnants when another man has taken Mother Sita, the principal goddess of fortune, Lakshmi? Another man has taken her. How can I take Prasad? And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, have faith in my words. You take. So he had taken Prasad and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had left. As he was going on his tour, he came across Brahmanas. They were busy transcribing the Kurma Puran leaf into new manuscripts. So he stood and he waited until they had transcribed it, and then he asked them for the original, whereupon it was written that the most chaste lady can never be touched or can never be seen with this material body. For she is a principal goddess of fortune. So he took that leaf manuscript and he kept it and he went on his way. So now we'll begin the story. I'm not going to go into much details. It'll take long, just for you to know what's going on. So King Dasrath, he was getting old and he decided to hand over the kingdom to Lord Ram. So Sumantra was a servant of Mother KK, stepmother. So she went and she said to Mother KK, oh, your Lord is gonna enthrone Lord Ram as a king in a few days' time. What are you gonna do about it? So Mother KK kept quiet. And then Sumantra, the servant, is keep on nagging her. Why? Because if Lord Ram becomes king, her sense gratification would cease to operate. Her sense gratification would be threatened. As long as Mother KK is there, all luxuries are found for her. So Mantra was keep on nagging Mother KK. So in a kingdom, they had a sulking chamber where you go and sulk. So she went into the sulking chambers and started sulking. And now the servant went and said to King Dasrat, "Oh, your wife is in the sulking chambers. Go and see what is going on. Try and pacify her." So Dasrat quickly went into the sulking chambers. He asked, "Oh, my dear queen, what seemed to be the problem? Why are you dejected? What is going on?" Then she said, "You remember when you were fighting this battle and your chariot wheel was about to be detached? I put my finger into the spoke in the axle and I saved it so that I saved you from harm so that you could continue fighting." He said, "Yes." "Do you remember what you said to me?" He said, "Yes. When the time comes, I'll offer you a boon." He said, "Now I want this boon." So the name Dasrat means, Das means 10, Rat means chariot. He could move this or maneuver this chariot in 10 directions. Dasrat, that's his name. Das 10 and Rat is chariot. So Dasrat agreed that he had owed her a boon, and she said, "When the time comes, I will ask you." So she said, "I want you to banish Lord Ram to the forest, exile 14 years, and I want Bharat to be the king." When she made the statement, Dasrat had already died inside, within his heart. He was so attached and had fond affection for Lord Ram. So then he remembered what the parents of Shravan Kumar had said to him in the forest. So these kings, they had a practice that they can kill animals with the bow and arrow. So they had a license to do that. So one day whilst in the forest, he was testing his power and his accuracy. From a distance he heard that this water was making a sound. All the time Shravan Kumar had left his elderly parents in a safe place underneath a tree in the shade, and he took this clay pot and he was filling the water. So it was making a sound as if an animal was drinking. So he took this arrow, put it in his bow, and he listened to the sound, and with the direction of the sound, he let loose that arrow, and the arrow pierced the neck of Shravan Kumar. So he dismounted and he went to see what's going on, what had happened. So he went, and this boy, he said, "What did I do to you that I deserved this treatment?" He said, "I'm so sorry, I thought it was a wild animal drinking water." He said, "Never mind this. Take this water, my parents are in this direction, go and give it to them." And then he left his body. So Dasrat has taken that water to the mother and father of Shravan Kumar. And they said, "Yeah, drink your water." He said, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm King Dasrat." "Where is my son?" He said, "I accidentally pierced an arrow through his neck and his life has ended." He said, "I do not want this water. I do not want it." So the mother said, "One day you will bear separation from your son." So that thing came to haunt him when Mother KK said to him that install Bharat as a king. He remembered what had happened. So that prediction came true. So the king's servant had informed Lord Ram that tomorrow morning you will have to give up your royal attire and go to the forest. So Lord Ram said, "Yes, I agree, there is no problem." Mother Sita says she wants to go. And Lord Ram said, no, you can go back to Janak, your father's kingdom, or you can stay here. There's no need for you to come. And Lakshman said, Bhaiya, I am coming also. So Lord Ram, he had the support of his family. Now, if he said to his father, let me go to the forest for 14 years, his father won't agree. The reason why he had been banished was a higher principle, that all the sages, the sadhus, the Babajis residing in Nandakaranya forest, he had to give them his last darshan, because their next birth, there will be gopis in Vrindavan. That's the reason. So he gave up his royal clothes, he put the bark and the deer skin, he left with his bow and arrow. You need protection in the forest. One may say, but he is God, Supreme Personality of Godhead, why did he pick up weapons? So Krishna is so merciful. He wants you to protect yourself first, then he'll intervene. Like Mother Draupadi was getting disrobed. At one hand, she held a sari so that she won't be humiliated, but the other hand, she raised it and she's calling for Krishna. Krishna was just outside that palace. But Krishna, he wants your surrender. So in a seemingly helpless situation, she raised both hands and said, Krishna, help. And Krishna incarnated as a son. So he wants full surrender like that. And yeah, Lord Ram is going to walk in the forest full of thorns, full of stones, full of debris. His feet is so tender that he cannot bear the touch of Mother Sita. What to speak of walking on the stones in the forest. So next day he departed in the direction of Nandakaranya forest. Bharat came to his senses few hours later. He took the servant, chariot, and they went in pursuit of Lord Ram. And after a few days, they found Lord Ram in the camp, and Bharat, he said, I urge you to come. You are the rightful king of this kingdom. You please come. He said, no, I must fulfill the wishes of my father. And Lord Ram, he was feeling dejected and morose to see how his next of kin is sulking. So Bharat said, okay, I will go into your room. I will take your pair of wooden sandals. I will keep it on the throne, so your shoes will be ruling. I will just observe. When he made a statement, Lord Rama was very happy. So that entourage with King Bharat went way back to Ayodhya. Lord Ram is pursuing his journey. He told all the servants, you go back. So there were only 3 of them. So they came to a place where it was suitable for them to build a dwelling. So they built Lakshman the apartment one side and they dwelling on the other side. And they were eating berries and wild fruits and some roots to sustain themselves. And Ravana's sister came and he said, oh, I haven't seen a handsome man like this in my entire life. And Lakshman heard that. Lakshman said, come here, and she came and Lakshman cut off her nose, sort of embarrassing, you know. That's why you shouldn't approach married men. It doesn't work. So she covered her nose and she ran away. And then she told Ravan, oh, there's some celestial looking beings. And there's a beautiful lady. And Ravan, he was interested. So now how to ensnare them, how to get them allured from this place where they're staying. So Ravan, he called Marishi. Marishi is a demon. He can transform himself to any personality that you want him to. He called Marishi, he said, this lady in the forest, she's very attached to deer. In Ayodhya, they got 70 acres of land, and the deers are roaming, and Mother Sita should go and fondle them and hold them and embrace them and hug them. So I want you to turn yourself into a golden deer. He said, no, Lord Rama will kill me. He said, if you don't do it, I will kill you. And he said, all right, I better be killed by Lord Ram than you. Ravan said, all right, do it. So Ravan, he dressed as a Brahmana, and he was approaching this cottage. So this golden deer came, just like a reconnaissance to see what's going on and go back, see what's going on and go back. And then Mother Sita caught sight of it and said, Prabhu, I want this golden deer. I like it. It's so nice. Sometimes married men are handpicked by the wives, whatever they want them to get. So Ram said, okay, I will go. He said, Lakshman, you watch over Mother Sita. You don't move for me. So the deer started running slowly and picked up pace and faster. So luring Lord Ram in the thicket of the forest. And when Lord Ram came to his senses and he realized this is a demon in disguise, he took out one arrow and he shot it in his head. And the demon was saying, Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! Mother Sita heard that. He said, Lakshman, why don't you go and help your brother? He said, no. Baya said, I must stay here. I can't move. Again the demon said, Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! Lakshman, help! Impersonating the exact voice of Lord Ram. Mother Sita said, please go and help your brother. And Lakshman knows that nothing can happen to Lord Ram. On the third time, this voice came and Mother Sita had said, Lakshman, go and help your brother. So if someone says something 3 times, you're emphasizing a point. So Lakshman, he said, no, I will not disregard instruction. Then Mother Sita said, you want your brother to die so that you can enjoy me. At that point in time, Lakshman always looked at the lotus feet of her Mother Sita. Never looked at her in the face. That was a respect she had. And when he looked in the face and said, don't you ever speak like that. I will go on under one condition. I'll invoke Agni with this astra and I will make a boundary that you do not cross. She said, yes, please go. Took out one arrow, touched it to his forehead, invited Agni to come in this arrow, drew a line, said, do not come out of this. As long as you are within this bounds, you are safe. She said, okay. Meanwhile, Ravan was there, dressed as a Brahmana, Hariram Chada, orange outfit. He's sitting and saying, water, water, water. So the rule is, if a Brahmana comes, you must offer something. Don't have anything? Offer sweet words. Now that you have come, my house is blessed. Don't have prasad? Offer him some water. So he's sitting underneath the tree just for the boundary mark, and he is lamenting, water, water, water. So Mother Sita, she heard that, and she knows the etiquette. When Brahmana comes, you must serve. So quickly she got some prasadam and she got some water, and she went. As she went, the wall of flame came. And no, Ravan came first, the wall of flame came. Then he said, I cannot come because you are protected. Please come outside the boundary. As soon as she came outside, the fire god Agni came with Swaha. Swaya took original Sita and substituted Chaya Sita, the false illusionary Sita. Ravan caught that form by the hair and slapped that form. So he was cheated, thinking he got the original Sita. So in a haste, he carried his form and put him in his egg vehicle. Jatayu was around. He tried to help, but Ravana chopped his wings and he fell down to the ground. When Lord Ram came and Lakshman, they saw the house upset. And then they saying, Sita, Sita, Sita. Can't find the Sita. Lord Ram, he went and embraced the tree. He said, oh, my dear tree, you are so tall. Surely you have seen what had happened. Tell me what happened to Sita, Sita, Sita. He was delusional. So Lakshman said, there's no use staying here. Just try and follow the trail so that we can meet people who have seen or witnessed what had happened. So as they were walking, they saw this eagle bird, and the eagle bird was lying lifeless. And he waited for Lord Ram darshan. And when Lord Ram saw he was injured, and he said to Lord Ram, oh, the king of Lanka had kidnapped your wife. I tried to intervene, but he is so powerful that he cut my wings off and I fell lifeless to the ground. My life years are leaving, my soul is about to leave. I just wanted to have darshan with you. So at that point of time, Jatayu had left his body. Jatayu and King Dasrath were very good friends. So Lord Ram and Lakshman, they did the last rites, they did the funeral, and then they proceeded into the forest. There they got information that Mother Sita is in Lanka. So Lord Ram, he befriended Sugriva and the monkey army and Hanuman and Jamnavan, all the big warriors came and they tried to help. So Hanuman, he said, I will go to Lanka. So Lord Ram gave him some ring and some jewelry so that he can verify that he is a bona fide messenger of Lord Ram. So from Rameshwaram, Lord Hanuman, he took the biggest leap, the biggest jump. Now in school when you do long jump, they give you a prize. He took a big leap and he flew into the air until he came to Lanka. When he came to Lanka, he went to the city. And when he asked around, where's such and such person, and he got information, she's in the Soka garden of the kingdom of Ravana. And there, he climbed on the tree and he could see how morose and lamenting Mother Sita is. There were some good demon ladies that were assisting. Some were horrible, some were pleasant. So in order for Hanuman to witness the activity of the treatment of Mother Sita, he transformed himself into a small monkey. And then he started singing the glories of Lord Rama. And Mother Sita was watching on the tree. Then Hanuman came down as a monkey and gave her the ring and said, I'm a messenger of Lord Rama. He has sent the ring and sent some jewelry so that you know I'm bona fide. So we all know that Hanuman Brahmachari celibate. He made one mistake. He said, Mother, you come on my back, I'll take you to your Prabhu. She said, no. I can only be touched by Lord Ram, nobody else. So Hanuman, he was happy with the response. He said, before you go back and inform Lord Ram what's going on, let me create some havoc in the city. So when he went as an envoy to the assembly of Ravana's kingdom, the ministers were present And Hanuman put forth his case. You know, demons, they always construe facts and truth. So they decided to arrest Hanuman. And then one of the ministers said, burn his tail. That's the first mistake they made. He set the whole Lanka alight with his tail. So when he did the destruction, caused havoc, he went back and told Lord Ram, Mother Sita, the principal goddess of fortune, is kept in a garden, captive. She is gone thin and weak due to not eating. So Lord Ram said, what do we do? How do we go? He said, we'll construct a bridge with stones, and then we can go to Lanka. I said yes. Hanuman is taking these rocks, writing Lord Ram's name in Sanskrit, and he's throwing it and he's floating. Lakshman and Lord Rama are taking the rocks and they are throwing, it is floating. So he told Sumundarmai, the mother of the sea, calm your waters, calm your waters. She didn't calm. Lord Ram said, Lakshman, Agni Astra. If Lakshman only takes that arrow and put it in his bow and let loose, the entire sea would have been dried. At that point in time, the goddess of the ocean came up and she said to Lord Ram, please forgive me, Prabhu, I did not recognize you. So he said, calm your waters. So in 2020, I've been to South India and I wanted to know whether it is truth or false, whether there's waves or not. And as far as my eyes can see, in Rameshwaram, where they started to build that bridge, there's no waves, nothing, flat. Those who went there, they will know. So from that time, 1.2 million years ago, what Ram said to the goddess of the sea, calm your waters, there's no waves. You can go right inside and swim and come, like that. So all the monkey soldiers, the bear soldiers, the insects, they were bringing pebbles and putting, so they built a bridge and they went to Lanka. The monkey army had no use of, authority how to use weapons. They were only uprooting trees and branches and whatever and throwing at them. But Ravana's army, they were well tuned with atomic affairs, guns and missiles and what have you. So Visvasan was a brother of Ravan. He was a sober brother. He was free from exaggeration or speculation. And he came to the envoy as in the camp of Lord Ram and he said, Ravana is doing a yagya. He is doing that to please Lord Shiva. If the yagya is completed, then you cannot touch. So Lord Ram asked him, so what do I do? He said, you shoot him in the head. When he shot him in the head, that Ravan had 10 heads, another head grew. Then Visvasan said, while he's doing the yagya, you shoot him in the heart. So Lord Ram, he took his arrow, put it in his bow and he let loose at the target and it pierced the heart of Ravana and Ravana just fell dead. So when Ravana fell dead, all the subjects, all the soldiers, they didn't know what to do. So if you have a problem in material life, you kill the leader. Those under him won't know what to do. So just like you kill your manager, they won't know what to do. So when Ravan was dead, the war was over. Lord Ram is saying, Lakshman, Hanuman, let's go. Hanuman said, Prabhu, where are we going? He said, let's go back to Ayodhya. He said, we fought this war. We put our lives in danger. I took the longest jump to go to Lanka. And now you're saying, let's go? He said, what about Mother Sita? He said, what about her? He said, we fought this war to bring her back, to get her in a rightful position. Lord Ram said, no. We fought the war to eradicate the demon, not to save Mother Sita. Then he looked at Hanuman. Hanuman put his head down and tears were dropping. And Lord Ram, he said to Hanuman, what's wrong? He said, Prabhu, please take your patni, take your wife and go. Lord Ram said, Hanuman, you are being very loyal to me. You did so much for me, I cannot repay the debt. But I will grant you this one wish. That this form of Sita has to go through fire. He said yes. Told Lakshman, fire. The same Agni Astra, the same fire arrow. Lakshman took it and fired in the ground. A wall of flame came. At first, this lady, the Chaya or the illusionary form of Sita, refused to go through fire. Lord Ram said, no. And then enter to fire for your purification, to test her chastity. So she walked through the fire. When she walked through the fire, Swaha from Agni above brought the original Sita, and she walked through the flame unscathed. That original, that Chaya form of Sita went away. She later married Vishnu. This Chaya Sita or illusionary form of Sita. So while they were going, they got that Pushpa cart, Indra's aircraft. He asked his son, you want to come also? Because I'm going to install you as a king of Lanka. He said, yes, I want to go. He took as many people as possible in that aircraft and they landed in Ayodhya. When the people came to know Lord Ram is coming back, they lit the diyas and Deepavali came, like that. So he went back and Bharat was so happy that his brother has arrived, washed his feet, gave him clean cloth, then put him in the kingdom. So they stayed happily like this. Then in the evening time, Lord Ram, Lakshman, they dressed up as ordinary citizens and they walking in a village to hear what's going on. Under the bridge, near the river, Tobiwalas, people that wash clothes for a living, were washing their clothes, said, our king, he had taken his wife back after his wife was kidnapped and stayed 6 months with another man. What kind of a king do we have? And Lord Ram heard that statement, it pierced his heart. His heart shattered into a million pieces, but he remained silent within the mind. So, if you are confronted with others that do not speak the truth and is hurting you, rather remain silent within the mind than speak. He told Lakshman, let's go. Lakshman said, so early? Yeah, let's go. Went back to the kingdom. He had his shower, he rested in a bed, his hands were behind his head, and looking in the ceiling. What do I do to save my reputation? Next morning at 7 a.m., he said, Lakshman, get the horse, get the cart ready. He said, oh, are we going somewhere? He said, no, you are going, not me. So Lakshman came right at his doorstep. His So Mother Sita jumped onto this cart, onto the wagon, and go. He called Lakshman in his chambers, he said, go live in a forest and come back alone. So Lakshman, he had to agree, a younger brother of the Lord. So he agreed, he went into the forest and he saw Mother Sita. Brother said, I must drop you off here. Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do. That's his instruction. She said, yes, Lakshman, you must listen to your brother. She had some cloth in a bag. She jumped off. At that point in time, she was in a family way. So she didn't know which way to turn, left or right. Eventually she was walking and she met Valmiki. She went to the ashram. And Valmiki said, you can stay here as long as you want. So as she stays there, Valmiki is reciting the glories of Lord Rama, telling her how victorious he was, what he do, what sacrifices he made. So the conscious living entity was in the womb of the mother who had been educated, but they did not know that Lord Rama is their father, love and Kush. So after they were born, Valmiki brought them to the palace. They started singing the glories of Lord Rama. Lord Rama didn't know who these youngsters were. So eventually he came to know that this was his son. He could have married again, but he took a vrat, took a vow, ekapatni, one wife. So this pastime is narrated in Adilila Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Vedic evidence are there. You can go and look it up. Mahaprabhu travels to South India. It's not that I'm speaking from my mind. What I've heard, I just repeated. There's no credit that is due. It's just that I heard nicely and I'm reciting as it is. So I see there's some questions. I'll answer the easy question. The difficult one we can try later. When will we be able to go and see the wonder of Meru? Oh, that is a mountain you're talking about? If you go with this blunt material senses, you will just see a rock stone. If you have some background, you read about the glories of this mountain, then you'll appreciate it more. We pay obeisances to the places where the Lord had traversed. So, Prabhupada said, you deserve, then you desire. So if you're chanting 16 rounds, you're following the 4 principles, you're engaging in devotional service, then you get a taste automatically to go. And when you see this mountain, you won't think it is a material object. Just like in 1967 in San Francisco, Prabhupada said Vrindavan is full of wish-fulfilling trees. So when the devotees heard that, they went to, in 1970, they went to Vrindavan, and they're sitting under the tree and they wishing and nothing is coming. Like that. So we can't have blunt material senses, we have to purify our senses. Just like I move around a lot, I associate with devotees. Sometimes the households call me, they need to clarify some subject matters. And then one house I went, they said, we can actually see the blue boy coming and taking this foodstuff on the altar. This body cannot control ecstasy, prema bhakti or bhava bhakti. It is material. You have to get another spiritual body to experience this. Prabhupada is Uttama Adhikari. He is a topmost Vaishnava. He displayed symptoms, but when he checked that the audience is coming to know what's going on, he got himself back together like that. If you read Prabhupada's book scrutinizingly, many times he was in ecstasy. Sometimes tears roll down, sometimes he's stunned, sometimes he's singing like that, you know. So less desire, less deserve than desire. So with this blunt material senses, we cannot see that. How can you see a blue boy coming and relishing the prasad with this material body? So for clarification, ask another sannyas. So the mind is playing games with the object of the senses. You never get to see the Lord in this material body. You have to perfect this life in this lifetime. How are we supposed to purify the heart? I just finished reading a book. One devotee gave me a book for my birthday, Kirtan Revolution. It's all the whole life story of Ayendra Das. Those who know about Kirtan know he is a connoisseur of this Kirtan. And he chanted 112 rounds a day. He slept 3 hours. Engaged in a 24-hour Kirtan. He dressed Radha Shamashundar. He took a vow never to leave Vrindavan. He worshipped his deities for 5 hours, and he will never eat until he offer foodstuff to his deities. And he had over 2,000 Shalikram Silas. You know how long those worship take? So he tried to purify his senses. Then Prabhupada came in his dream and said, "You are doing too much. Slow down." So he, according to the book, the person that is narrating, that he purified his senses first by chanting the holy name. This material body is a network of miseries. So many impediments will come. We chanting soccer match, cricket match, Bollywood, this wrestling. So we fix our mind on Krishna. Think about a particular pastime of Lord Krishna. When I'm chanting, I'm thinking how Krishna is herding the cow in a pasture, and how the cows are coming, raising the dust, and Mother Yasoda had kept the water ready for him to take his evening bath. Like that. You think of a particular pastime, because you have trouble chanting. If you have trouble chanting, take a chadar and cover your head and chant. Don't get disturbed. Take your phone, put it on silent. You are chanting, you're pacing up and down, then a bleep comes, you leave your beat, you want to see what message is coming. You know how it's going to help you. Or how is that person that sends you a message going to help you at the time of death? Only a devotee can help you, and there's nobody else. And if you chanted, and you're lying lifeless, or you're in a comatose situation, Mahaprabhu will come personally and whisper the Harinam in your ears, so that you can get purified and you get a proper destination. And most of the devotees, most of the non-devotees, I'm using the term non-devotee, it's not a good term. Non-devotee means non-devotion to Krishna. They are thinking in this lifetime, if they leave the body, they get liberated. What liberation means? You be born in a rich aristocratic family, or you be born in Brahmana family to take to this process again. Not that you just go to Vaikuntha, Goloka, Ayodhya. No. It's a very long, tedious process. So, you take Krishna Prasadam, you be born in a human family, either rich aristocratic or Brahmana, to take to this process again. That's what liberation means. So purify your senses while you got this able body. This able body got no disease now. Disease will come, and then you have to leave. A classic example of selfless surrender was His Holiness Kadamakarna Maharaj. The Ayurvedic doctor said, 72 hours time, you leave your body. He consulted with his spiritual master, His Holiness Jayavita Maharaj. What do we do? Maharaj consulted with his senior god brothers, and he said he should fast till he leave his body. Maharaj only survived on 350 ml of water a day. Javed Maharaj said, if your chanting is causing you some pain, then stop chanting. He said, no, Maharaj, please do not give me this order. Do not give me this order. I have to chant. So at 12:07 p.m. midday, while the static kirtan was going on, Maharaj left peacefully. So how fortunate is that soul, being born in a white body, came to Vrindavan when he was a youngster, purified his life, and then gone back to serve Prabhupada. Let this be a stepping stone and example for us. Devotees are scared to surrender because if they surrender, Krishna will take everything away from them. That is the reason. Question number 3, Hare Krishna. How do we control the urges of our senses and advance in Krishna Prasada? The first thing is chanting. The second thing is eating Krishna Prasada. To control the tongue is not easy. Tongue is very ferocious. It wants to taste this, wants to taste that. When Grandfather Bismarck was lying on a battlefield with a bed of arrows, Arjuna asked him, Grandfather Bismarck, you're a senior elder in our family. When Mother Draupadi was getting disrobed, why didn't you save her? He said, I was in the care of Duryodhana. Duryodhana maintained me and my life. I have eaten food cooked by non-devotees. So Arjuna asked him, so why are you telling us this? He said, now that the blood is oozing out of my body, all the poison is coming out, I can think clearly. So that is an example. The consciousness of the cook at the time of preparation goes into the foodstuff. If the person is agitated, if the children, husband is troubling, agitation goes into that. Then how we should know if the prasad was accepted? They asked Prabhupada this question in 1967 in Montreal. Prabhupada said, just see, he's eating 15 chapatis, he's eating 2 times helping of rice. See how they're enjoying. That means Krishna accepted. So you eat Krishna prasada. We don't need onion and garlic. These are contaminants that triggers our brains, our mind. And if we take food cooked by non-devotees, then it's going to affect us. Sometimes we go to non-devotees' houses or devotees, they'll cut up some fruits and they'll offer us because that's the safest thing to eat. So rather tell them, Mataji, don't mind, you can wrap it up or put it in the packet, we'll take it. Anything that cut up by others, the consciousness is going. So one person asked Prabhupada, we're buying in a railway station some kachori, this and that. Prabhupada said, as long as there's a transaction, money transaction, the karma is gone. So those who eat bread, they can toast it and burn burn the karma of the person that's making it. But in my spa where I work, everything is done by machines. There's hardly any manual labor touching anything. From the mixer, they drop it on the table, they got the gloves, they cut it, they put it in a scale, then they put it in an oven tin, that's it. There's no... So to control the urges, the senses are dictating, they are in competition with each other. The eyes want to see things that we don't want to see. The ears want to hear things that we don't want to hear them. The tongue want to taste things that we don't want to taste. Good news for all the devotees. You cannot eat any Lays, fry mac, anything. All got onions and garlic powder. If you come across shortening agent, that means got beef extract in the chick-fil-A's. So don't need commercial things. That thing will cloud your consciousness and you won't even pick up. You get lethargic, you will sleep. So take Krishna Prasad. You don't have Prasad available for your lunch, buy some fruits. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat, Om Tat Sat. And that's it, mental offering, and you eat. You come home, you cook, you offer, and you eat. Like that. So we should try and take Krishna Prasad. Yeah, this Treta Yuga was different. The lifespan were longer. As a degradation of this yugas, people tend to live less. They were living 100,000 years, then 10,000 years, then 1,000 years. Now, very few people can live for 100 years, like that. So the time span, time is a factor. Time is a controller of our destiny. How should... Who wrote this last question? Can I read the last question?
How should a man react to the modern day Ravana? Unscrupulous man, should he be killed?
Thanks. Most of us are being born by Kali Yuga parents, but we have this great fortune that Prabhupada created, International Society of Krishna Consciousness, where we have learned the etiquette. If a sweet 16-year-old girl is walking down the road and the devotees of Sankirtan, he'll think, oh, how nice she can become a devotee of Krishna. But the demon will think, oh, how can I enjoy this person? Like that. So if a person is an aggressor, he needs to be killed. One who steals another man's house, or another man's wife, he needs to be killed. You can kill him in Kshatriya laws, but now in material laws they will arrest you. One who plunder riches, one who set another house alight, these are all aggressors, they need to be killed. But in this modern material world, we have some relevant authorities that that assist us or we report to. And then you got a prosecutor, a lawyer, and a judge. They're non-devotees. One small bribe can change or twist the whole scenario around like that. So better live a righteous life. A righteous life is a Krishna conscious life. Being vegetarian is not good enough. The pigeons and the monkeys are vegetarian. What good are they doing? We are prasadians. We take Krishna Prasad. So if you eat Krishna Prasad, you get purified. If you chant, you're getting purified. If you associate with devotees, you're getting purified. If you hear from devotees, you get purified. Always keep in association of devotees. Every Sunday, I take little prasad from my Muslim friend. I work with him in the market. His name is Iqbal. So in the Sunday feast, the containers come down to the food for life kitchen. I inquire, do you have extra? They said yes. Then I take out my container, put the rice dal and the sabjis, and make sure everything is okay before I give it to him. I go and give it to him in Claywood. So this is happening for a couple of years now. So last week when I went there, his wife was there. She said, I need to speak to you. I said, where is your husband? He said, in the house. I said, no, call him. Speak to me in his presence. He said, no. I said, bring your daughter here. The etiquette is 3 meters apart. How to see? He said, since you were coming here to my house and giving my husband this food, he's becoming less and less romantic. You see how this prasadam works? It takes away your lusty desires. By cooking and serving, the lust is gone. Sometimes you're cooking, the oil splash and Don't worry. Your lusty tendency is being burnt. So it is a fact that this prasadam take out the lust from your consciousness. And I asked her, you want me to stop bringing? It's not a problem. He is my friend. I work with him, I've known him long, and there's anything that I can do for him, I will do it. I said, no, but we enjoy it. I said, fine. So, if you get an opportunity to take prasad or you got extra at home, give it to your workmates, your colleagues, and you'll just see the difference. It works, miracles. It's like a time bomb. One more pastime before I conclude. In 1967, this devotee came in New York. He just threw his 26th Avenue Master store. He just took his bead bag, he threw it at Prabhupada. He said, I quit. Prabhupada said, oh, that's all Prabhupada said. And then he walked a long corridor. And he looked at a jar full of rasagullas. The devotee told me the story, Prabhupada's disappearance day in 2008 in Vrindavan. You get a 2-minute slot to speak something about Prabhupada. And he's still in the movement. And he went there and said, if I leave, I never get to taste this gulab jamun again. And he came back, he bowed down, he held Prabhupada's feet, he put his head. Prabhupada said, that's enough. What is wrong? He said, Prabhupada, I'm sorry. I was about to quit. The devotees gave me a rough time. And as I was leaving, I saw the jar of rasagullas. And I was thinking, if I leave, I'll never get to have one of those again. He called Kirtananda Maharaj. Kirtananda Maharaj said, each of you get one a day, but give him 3 every day. So Prabhupada tricked. It's like that. Hare Krishna, thank you very much.